How will Pakistan pay the 3.5 billion it owes to the UAE this month? And will that payment come from a new loan from Saudi Arabia? These are the two questions at the center of Pakistan's current financial situation. As of March 27, Pakistan foreign exchange reserves stood at about $16.4 billion. The 3.5 billion repayment to the United Arab Emirates amounts to roughly 18% of those holding. Riyadh has announced 3 billion in additional support for Pakistan. On top of that, Saudi Arabia is also extending the rollover of an existing 5 billion deposit. So Pakistan is getting 3 billion in fresh support and a longer repayment period on another 5 billion dollar. When reporters asked Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb whether a Saudi loan was on the table to replace the UAE facility, he said all options are on the table. That includes Eurobonds, loans and commercial debt. In 2018, Saudi Arabia provided a 6 billion package to Pakistan that include a 3 billion deposit at Pakistan's central bank and 3 billion in oil supplies on deferred payment. That deposit has been rolled over multiple times since then. This time, the financial support is coming at a time when Pakistan has also been supporting Saudi Arabia. Last week, Pakistan deployed fighter jets to Saudi Arabia after Iranian strike on Saudi energy infrastructure. That two countries also have a mutual defense pact. Pakistan is also mediating between the US and Iran. So the 3 billion is part of a strategic exchange, but from a pure debt perspective, here is the reality. Pakistan is using the deposit from Saudi Arabia to pay the UAE. The UAE gets paid, Saudi Arabia gets a continued strategic partner. Pakistan avoids default, but the underlying liability remains. So how will Pakistan pay the UAE? The most likely answer is that it will use the Saudi deposit. Whether you call that a loan or not depends on how you define it. The finance minister called it support.
I'm standing at Serena Hotel Islamabad, where one of the most closely watched diplomatic engagements in the recent history took place last week. Inside this very venue, the US and Iranian officials spent nearly 21 hours in talks, long, intense, and carefully managed, ending without a final deal. These were described as the intense talks at the highest level in the 47 years. The main discussion happened in a dedicated room here, marking one of the rare moments in decades where the senior delegations from the US and Iranian officials were in direct contact. Here you can see on the right side were sitting the American delegation, and on the left side of the table were sitting the Iranian delegation. Different sections of the hotel were assigned to each delegation, movement was limited, and even meals were arranged separately to maintain the distance. At the same time, the smaller rooms across the property were used for the side meetings, technical discussions, and mediation efforts led by Pakistani officials. What makes this place significant isn't just the talks, it's how the entire hotel was transformed for them. Set across 14 acres at the foot of the Margla Hills, the Serena is known for its calm traditional design. But during these talks, it turned into a tightly controlled diplomatic zone.